out here. Finally got her through building. The cowl fits pretty good. It's up, it goes back to that line. You can see that line right there. But let's go ahead and take this off for now. There's the motor mount. I went with the Sunny Sky motor. It's a Sunny Sky X28-9 KV 570. So that should be plenty of juice to pull this. I'm going to use the Smart ESC. It fits. I checked to make sure the leads were right. Because the other motor, the ESC I was going to use, it had 3.5 millimeter ends on it. And I don't know what Horizon's putting on their ESCs, but it's pretty skinny. So I checked this out. It fits. Whew. I just glued these in yesterday. The dowels, they work. It holds it flat, holds it level, holds it tight. I've got two plastic bolts that I'm going to put through to the blind nuts to hold the wing on. The leading edges looks pretty good. I'm going to do a little more filling on this one. This is the first wing I built, and the leading edge, it's nice and round anyway, but each of those ridges are covered. This one doesn't really have too many ridges, but I can do a little bit of filling on this to make it a little smoother. And I've got two fillers that I've tried, and they both work. I had to soak this last night to glue it on, and when it dried, it split. After it was already rubber banded, I rubber banded on there. I was going to iron it on, but decided just, you know, it was wet, and I just kept working it until it went around. It didn't split when I was putting it on. And I still got a little bit of trimming to do to it, but like I said, I'm going to let the glue sit 24 hours to make sure. But it looks good. There's my servo holders that I made. You know, I don't know. I'm happy with them. They work. I can take the servos out. I'll show you when I flip it. I'll show you how that goes on. Here's this edge, these wings. I'm not sure how to cover these. I don't know. I guess they'll cover fine. We'll find out. I've never had that type of a wing shape to cover. I'm really happy with my ailerons. They came out well. I don't know if I should trim this up even with the edge there, or just leave it like that. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. I don't know. I'm probably going to use differential on my ailerons, so they won't have as much down as they do up. And my turtle deck I did last night. I steamed the wood. Well, I just made a big pot of boiling water and just soaked them in there and kept shaping them. Once I got the shape where I could glue it on, I went over and glued them on and stuff before they went out of shape, and then clamped them down here. I used a lot of glue for these stuff. I added this board right here so I'll have something for the covering to stick to, because this is up, you know, so did that. My horizontal is sturdy. This thing fell off the table and landed right on the corner of the horizontal. I was like, no. But I'm happy with it. And there's where the that'll either be the elevator or rudder servo, and I've got another one on the other side. The servos fit. I've already tried them. Stuff, they fit. Because I just didn't want to run long rods through the plane, so I figured, you know, and I kind of went how the Super Decathlon, the OMP Super Decathlon was built, and that's where I decided to put the servos, and that's how I did the rudder. I made a V in the rudder, so I got plenty of rudder and plenty of elevator. I want to make sure I got plenty of up elevator for when I get in trouble. And then this I'm going to fill in a little bit here, these gaps. I wasn't happy with them, but it is what it is. But I'm pretty happy with it all overall. The build seemed to go well. I reinforced this front more so than what it called for. It said to use an 1/8 here. I didn't use an 1/8. I used a harder. I think I used a basswood going up there on it. That's probably where I've gained a little weight in the nose, because I want it to be strong, because our ground is rough. And my wing struts are going to be carbon fiber with brass glued on the ends, so that I can pound the brass out flat and drill a hole in it to mount them into the hardwood plates. I got the hardwood plates up here for the wing struts. Got them there, got it there. Same way on the other side. I'm real happy with how this looks in the rear here. So I think it looks good, man. I think it's going to work. Like I said, I'm going to fill it. I've sanded it pretty good, but you know, I mean, it's like, I don't know. The way I build, I could sand till there's no wood left, trying to make it look good and stuff. But like I said, the wing's true. I put a little dihedral in the wing, not a lot, just a little. It didn't call for any in the plans, but I figured I'd add a little dihedral, and it came out perfect on both sides, which has surprised me there too. But yep, I got a little right. I got some right and down on the motor. I don't know if it's enough, but I put that in there. It didn't call for it in the plans. But and I got my windows fit, the side panel fits. I've seen some people fly without the window in it, but I'm going to put the window in. And this is going to be my battery. I can get in there. I can get in there and do my battery. And I'll put my radio somewhere back there. I've got a 6-channel, or maybe I might even have a 8-channel Spectrum telemetry receiver. No ASX, no safe. I'm not going to go with that. I'll just fly it. My windows, they came out pretty good. And I made a mistake. I was using a marker until I went and got 2 different types of pencils. I've got like a carpenter's pencil with a big, thick, soft lead. And that's what I should have been using from the get-go. But I think it's going to be pretty good, man. And the wing mounts solid. The dowels have got 2 holes here. They go through 2 layers of plywood in the front, or 1 layer of plywood in the front, and then there's another layer back here, so they fit right in there. And then the screws are going to go in here. So I got more than enough to keep the wing straight, because it just called for, I don't know, it just had a wire, a big piece of heavy piano wire. I don't know, a 1/4 inch. I'm exaggerating. And then you drilled a hole here and ran 2 pieces of wire through there to hold the front wing on. And I'm like, man, I'm not going to do that. That's never going to work. So I did that. Like I said, I don't know if it's smart or what. If somebody sees a glowing air, let me know. But I'm real happy with the way it looks. I think it's going to fly well. My landing gear is solid. There's no way there's no way the landing gear is going to break anything, because it's going through three 1/4 inch plywood pieces. And it's going to be pretty solid. I'm going to go ahead and put it. There's the plywood. I've got 3 pieces of plywood just that thick. I've got 2 that go outside here on the sides of the fuse, and it's a sandwich. And then I cut that hole for my landing gear. And then once I'm gonna sand down a piece of wood and slide it in between the legs of the landing gear and put a little glue on it to hold it in, so it should hold it in just fine. There's my servo covers. Here's what it looks like upside down. Whew. I added this piece of plywood here because I'm using the tail wheel. I'm using the tail wheel that's on my OMP Decathlon, since this is about the same size bird as that, so it should work well. But I have three tail wheels. I have the OMP, and then I've got a couple others that would work. They're just a little bigger, and so I'm going to try the OMP first. And if it doesn't work, then I can go ahead and add the larger ones. And then there's my blind nuts. Like I said, 3 layers of plywood. And I used plenty of Vaseline on the bolts when I sucked them up in there in the epoxy and stuff. But it should work well. Glory, but you know, you got to remember, man, this is my second build, and this is the first real kit build, because the SIG 4-star 20 EP was more of a cut the parts out and put it together. So I'm pretty happy. Everything should be true. I took time to true up the horizontal and the vertical before I epoxied them on the plane, so it should go well. And this will be the first time I've covered with a horizontal and vertical on, but I'm just going to take my time. I'll probably make a practice piece to practice covering, just to make sure I get my temperatures right. I've got a heat gun that I'll use to make sure I've got the right temperature, because you don't want it too hot. You know, there's like one temperature to stick it, one temperature to stretch it. So, and then I'm still working on these. I got two filler pieces here that you see on Cubs. I'm going to work on that, and I'm going to put the windows on after I cover it. And the wing struts, I'll probably do that tomorrow. It shouldn't be a problem. Like I said, carbon fiber with brass ends, and we'll see how that works. I don't know how it's going to work, but it should be solid. It's better than using eighth inch wood that they suggested you use. And it's kind of windy out here. Not windy, there's just like about a 3-mile-an-hour breeze. There you have her though, man. I think she looks pretty good. Next video you see, it'll be covered and taxiing around in the yard here. It's been a beautiful day. Yesterday was beautiful like today, just barely a breeze. Today it's in the 70s. I should have been out flying. There's been, I don't know how many days that were perfect for flying, but I just couldn't go flying and leave this sitting, because it's not going to build itself. I can't snap my fingers and make it build itself. But thanks for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And this is rookie builder Jeff with this Clip 1/6 Clip Wing Cub Kit, ready for a little bit of final touches before covering. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing and becoming part of Team Let's Go Flying.